most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wednesday night here with Racing for a Cause. My name is Chris Legue, and with me, nope, I can tell by the graphic, he's not here. Rick Hammond, not sure where he's at, pulling a no-show on me tonight. But we are here nonetheless with the Racing for a Cause guys, getting ready to go here at New Smyrna Speedway. And it is going to be a fun night, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to bring you this one. Let's go ahead and get right into it because we have a couple of things to go over real quick. You see, we have about 8 minutes to go before the green flag drops on qualifying. If there is qualifying tonight, we got to figure that out too. It's going to be really interesting. Point standings after last week. We're one race into the season. Jeff Dillon, last week's winner, and he is on top. Justin McDuff sitting in second spot. Zach Coyer, AJ Hamill, Andy Lambert pulling out a top 5 last week. Then it was AJ Rogers, Mike Fravert, Brandon Mefford, Justin Rigsby, and James Sombke in the top 10. On the other side, it's Matt the Vader, Vade, and James McIntyre Jr., Jeffrey Stiles, Mark Fravert, and Al Smith Jr. unfortunately didn't have the week he was looking for last week. Ended up crashing out of the race. So those are the points as they stand right now. And we got something a little bit interesting. We got a new set of rules here tonight. And kind of interesting here. I'm going to have to pull them up so that I can read them too. But basically, tonight's starting lineup, it's going to be any drivers, the Mark Fravert, Jeffrey Stiles, Jim McIntyre Jr., Matt Vade, Jim Sombke, Justin Rigsby, Brandon Mefford, Michael Fravert, AJ Rogers, Andy Lambert, AJ Hamill, Zach Coyer, Justin McDuff, Jeff Dillon, and Al Smith Jr. If those names all sound familiar, it's because I just listed them, with the exception of Al Smith Jr., who had a DNF last week. That's an inverse field for the top 14. Then it will be Al Smith Jr. in 15th spot. Anybody else who wasn't here last week, or anybody who, I guess it's anybody who wasn't here last week, is going to have to start behind the drivers that were here last week. And that's going to force somebody to the tail end of it. pretty cool. Also, no pit stops tonight, so that's kind of normal. And as soon as all the cars are in session, we are going to get this thing rolling. So getting ready to go here. Again, not that much more time, as we have about 5.5 minutes to go before we get going here. And yes, I believe, yeah, Stinson, you're absolutely right. Let's light it up, man. Here we are, New Smyrna short track action here on a Wednesday night, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Again, I want to thank you for coming on out and supporting the Racing for the Cause guys, getting it done here every Wednesday night. And that's not all. They're also here on Turn 3 Racing Network on Tuesday nights and also on Sunday nights. So these guys are busy. And they have an awful big league. They have a lot of different drivers. Some guys choose to just race the short track stuff. Some guys are choosing to run that Tuesday night league, which is kind of a mix between the A and the B car, and maybe the trucks too. So if you like a little variety in it, check them out on Tuesday night. KR Stolfus at the helm in the broadcast booth on Tuesday nights. This Sunday night, make sure to tune in right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We've got Blazing Pedals in their K&N car. They're heading to Daytona. It'll be the second race of the season. As far as I'm concerned, that's the start of any season. And it's going to be awesome. What's going on, guys? How are you tonight? Still at work? Can't miss baby race. No, you can't. You gotta be here for that. Skittle Car, good to see you out there, bud. Short track racing, getting ready to go here again. About 3 minutes and 45 seconds. And as of right now, it looks like I'm flying solo in the booth, and well, that can be good or it can be bad. Sometimes I get a little ADHD and start wandering, but we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight. I do like New Smyrna short track. Little less than, well, let's just bring it up. A little less than a half a mile. There's 4 turns, altitude 38 feet. Track temperature right now 73 degrees with a wind speed of 2 miles an hour out of the north. The countdown to green is on. 3 minutes left to go. These guys still trying to get it going here. Had a couple of late arrivals into the server, trying to get them up and running. And I'll tell you what, man, last week I was really impressed. Well, you got to be impressed with Jeff Dillon, his first race here, and boom, he's a winner. Zach Coyer, though, had a heck of a week last week. If you missed it, I would like to say, go check it out right here on YouTube. You know, it's pretty cool that it's captured for everybody to be able to go back and watch. And yes, it is way better than the old Smyrna. We got some big name drivers that were not here last week checking in this week. We got Chris Stump, Brian Hacker, not here last week. So good to see them out there. I am trying this overlay again. Last week was not successful. It ended up locking up, and I had to do some quick thinking on my feet to get into a different overlay. Hopefully that does not happen tonight. I've been testing it. It seems to be working much better now. So again, no pit stops for tires here tonight. An inverse field from last week's top 15 drivers. Although I don't think we have all of last week's drivers in here tonight, so I don't know how Andy's going to end up sorting that. We'll find out. Apparently, he's got away. I'm not sure what it is, but it's pretty cool. Zach Coyer tops on the speed chart here in practice. And man, what an amazing looking car that thing is. Ooh, baby. Jeff Dillon, last week's winner. Colton Farrell, early happy birthday. Well, happy birthday, Colton. Sure to be a good race here tonight. Super late models bringing up the action. 5 seconds left of this warm-up session, and then we're going to get busy here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, bringing you all the action. Again, racing for a cause, getting ready to roll as the checkered flag flies right here. And let's see what's going to happen. I am just really, really curious here. Okay, it looks like they are just lining up. No need to do any sort of qualifying. So let's take a look and see how it's going to look here tonight. Mark Fravert in the 44 on the pole. Jeffrey Stiles to his outside in the 85. Sitting in third spot on the inside, the number 8 of the Vader, Matt Vade. James Sombke sitting to his outside on row number 2. Inside row number 3, it's going to be Justin Rigsby, AJ Rogers in that number 17 to his outside. Andy Lambert going to be starting on the inside of row number 4. And row number 4 to the outside going to be AJ Hamill. Row 5, it's going to be Zach Cold Beer Coyer in his number 15, along with Justin McDuff in his number 20. Jeff Dillon going to be starting inside row number 6 with Al Smith Jr. to his outside. Brian Hacker making his debut performance here at Racing for a Cause on Wednesday night. Going to be starting inside row number 7. Dylan Blankenship to his outside. Travis Wright going to be on the inside row number 8. Chris Stump is running shotgun here tonight. Getting it ready to go. Mark Fravert in the 44. Pace car lights are off. Next time by, we get this thing going under the green flag. 100 laps here at New Smyrna. It's going to be 48 miles. Again, no Rick Hammond joining me here tonight in the League Lounge. So we're going to call this one solo. As pace car drops in, Mark Fravert takes control of the field, and he is gone. Good start out of the 44, the 85. Jeffrey Stiles hanging it down on the inside into turn 1 and 2 down the backstretch. Still too wide, just a little further back of the 72 of Andy Lambert. As the one, oh, not anymore. AJ Rogers takes position. Now Cold Beer Coyer to the inside of that one car. Oh, and they stack up. Oh, the 18 may be going around. Got to keep an eye out for that. AJ Hamill went sideways and dropped really far back. No caution on the field. The 85 of Jeffrey Stiles taking control of this one, and he is taking off. Justin Rigsby takes over second spot. Mark Fravert starting to go backwards a little bit. He's got Matt the Vader Vade right behind him in the 8. AJ Rogers caps off that top 5. Cold Beer Coyer absolutely running it down here. He's got Andy Lambert just ahead of him. Cold Beer trying to figure out a way around. Down the backstretch, into turns number 3 and 4. Jeffrey Stiles starting to walk away with this one in the early going of this race. He's led 3 laps now of the 5 laps run. Justin Rigsby in second spot. And Vader takes over third. Here comes AJ Rogers in the 44. Mark Fravert having a little bit of trouble on that outside. Andy Lambert almost gets into him. The 44 goes out wide. Here comes Coyer. Going to try and make it 3 wide on the backstretch. Can't quite get there. Coyer now to the inside of Fravert. After the 72 of Andy Lambert makes his way by, and here comes the 20 of McDuff. McDuff now to the inside of the 44, and he's got the 11 of Brian Hacker right behind him. Jeffrey Stiles, a 1 second lead over Justin Rigsby in the 99. Vader trying to get there on the inside, down the backstretch. AJ Rogers looking for an opportunity. Can't quite get there, decides to go back down, traps the 99 of Rigsby to the outside. The 8 trying to make a move here in turns 1 and 2. AJ Rogers trying to keep right on the back bumper of the 8 as much as he can. Try and take advantage of that Rigsby mobile being up high. Good battle going on here. This is for second spot. Vader on the inside, Rigsby on the outside. Rigsby doing a good job on that outside, but how long can he keep it? It doesn't look like much. Oh, he comes back to hold position at the line. Rigsby doing a fantastic job on the outside. AJ Hamill on pit road. Oh no, the 8 and the 99 get to the 72 into the 99. The 52 in the back of the 72. It's a big one. Let's go back and take a peek. The 8 to the inside, that's Vader. Rigsby go to the outside. These guys battled for a long time. Ooh, it looks like Vader kind of went below that yellow line, may have upset his car. Into the 99 he goes. And a couple of incidents behind him. That extinguishes a 1 second lead that Jeffrey Stiles had. AJ Rogers going to be running in second spot. Zach Coldbeer Coyer in third. Justin McDuff fourth. Hacker in fifth position. Brian Hacker, last year's champion, had a really, really good season. Won the second half and the overall. Oh, I believe, actually, no, he won the first half too. That's right, he eked it out in the very last race. So Hacker knows how to get it done here in these short tracks. Currently being scored in sixth spot. But Jeffrey Stiles, driver of the number 85, he is your race leader right now. Started in second spot, moved up that one spot. Mark Fravert was the pole sitter here tonight. AJ Rogers started in sixth spot, currently being scored in second. Andy Lambert started in seventh, and he's been able to follow his way up into a top three run so far, running in third. Zach Coldbeer Coyer started ninth position all the way up to fourth. Justin McDuff started in 10th, up to 5th place now. Brian Hacker started 13th to 6th. Al Smith Jr. 12th to 7th. Jeff Dillon, well, he started in 11th spot. He's made his way up to 8th after following a couple. Chris Stump started shotgun on the field. He's made his way up to 9th. And rounding out the top 10, Mark Fravert. He started on the pole all the way back to that 10th spot. He was as low as 13th, so he has gotten some back. Sombke, Vade, Travis Wright, Dylan Blankenship, and Justin Rigsby rounding out the rest of the field. AJ Hamill put it in the hauler. Pace car lights are off, getting ready to go back to the green. We've seen the inside have a pretty distinct advantage here so far. That could spell trouble for AJ Rogers on the outside of the front row and Zach Coyer on the outside of the second row. On the other side of that, Andy Lambert probably licking his chops. Pace car is in, and Stiles tries to get on the gas but ends up stacking them up. May have spun the tires a little bit. And Andy Lambert right into the back bumper. AJ Rogers trying to take control of this one. He moves down and does make that pass stand. Zach Coyer on the outside of the 85 of Styles. Zach Coyer trying to take over second the hard way on the outside. Here comes Brian Hacker. He moves up to the outside. Also going to try and get around the 85. Cold Beer Coyer makes his pass. So he's in second now. Here comes Hacker. Hacker's going to go down to the inside. Brian Hacker going to do it the easy way, or try to. As the 11 works the inside, here turns 3 and 4. We are under caution once again, and it looks like it's the 10 car of Travis Wright. We'll go back and take a peek. So we're watching the 10. Has the 51 of Dylan Blankenship right behind him. Oh, they may have made contact hard into the wall as the 10. We're going to go back and take a look at that one more time. Hard hit into the wall for the 10 car. And AJ Rogers is your race leader. Cold Beer Coyer sitting in second spot. Jeffrey Styles fell back to third after that restart. Hacker up to fourth. We got a few cars on, excuse me, a few cars on pit road. Justin Rigsby in the 99. Andy Lambert, who was running in the top 5, is on pit road. And Dylan Blankenship in the 51 also on pit road. Andy Lambert back out on track. All 3 drivers now on track. Getting a little damage repaired. Travis Wright on pit road. That's the 10 car. We just saw him hit the wall hard. And it looks like he's going to be able to continue on, but heavy damage to that front end. We'll see how far he can go. I want to thank you for coming out and watching Racing for a Cause right here on a Wednesday night on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's a good way to spend a Wednesday night. Week's half over. It's hump day. Pace car lights should be shutting off this time by, so we can go back under the green flag and do. "76 laps to go. 75 when we take the green." We're a quarter of the way through this one. AJ Rogers wastes no time as he hops on the loud pedal and he's gone. Good restart for AJ Rogers. Zach Cold Beer Coyer trying to hold in. And Brian Hacker trying to take away third from the outside. Jeffrey Styles trying to hold on. They're 2 by 2. Hacker appears to have the pass. And here comes the 20. That's Justin McDuff. McDuff around. That inside line, obviously a little faster than that outside line. Although it does look like you may be able to defend a little bit to that outside. I'm sure that does wonders for the tires. AJ Rogers, your race leader right now. Let me go ahead and hop on board the 17 machine and take a look around this track. Once he gets to the start finish line, we'll see what he's seeing. Out of turn number 4, and by the magic of TV, boom. Brings it down in the turn 1. You hear him off the accelerator, back onto the accelerator, down the back stretch, trying to peg that thing out, back out of the accelerator on the brake pedal. A little feather in, out towards the wall. Perfect lap here from your race leader, AJ Rogers. Now let's take a look at what Zach Coyer is seeing. Seeing a little bit of the back bumper of that 17 machine. Remember, this track is a little less than a half a mile, so lap times here very, very quick. Low 17s, mid 17s for most of the field. Pretty cool picture. So Brian Hacker in 3rd, Justin McDuff 4th. Chris Stump has made his way from shotgun all the way up to 5th position. AJ Styles has slipped back to 6th position. Vader's to the inside. Oh, Al Smith Jr. gets into the wall on the outside, able to hold on to it, but it does woe him up for a little bit. Andy Lambert gets through on the inside. Al Smith Jr. working back towards the inside. You see the damage on the front of the 72 of Andy Lambert. Remember, he got into the rear of somebody there when he was running in the top 5. Hopefully it does not cause overheating issues. It can. Rigsby in the 99 running in 12th position, right behind Lambert. Travis Wright in the 10, running in 13th. James Sombke running in 14th position. And Dylan Blankenship in the 51 is the only car 1 lap down right now. Beautiful Wounded Warrior Project car. I love that thing. And AJ Rogers doing his thing up front. He's got about a second lead right now over Cold Beer Coyer. And Cold Beer has got a little gap back to Brian Hacker, about a half a second. Hacker under attack from Justin McDuff in the 20. The Arts Barbershop Ford Mustang trying to get there. And get ready to make it a 3-car battle as Chris Stump catching the back bumper of the 20. Vader's leading this group. He's got Jeffrey Styles and Jeff Dillon along for the ride in this group of 3. Mark Fravert, tonight's pole sitter, sitting in 9th position with Al Smith Jr. right behind him. We saw Al Smith get a little tight, scrape up the wall a little bit. Doesn't look like a lot of damage on the 96. So a clean car still for Al Smith Jr. Should be able to continue trying to march his way towards the front of the field. Lambert in the 72, running in 11th spot. Justin Rigsby right behind him in the 99. Checking in on the race leader, the gap back to 2nd spot, now 1.1 seconds. The turn 3 blimp giving you the aerial footage here tonight. Here's your race leader, and you can see the gap is quite large now. About a second here on this track, and it's a pretty good distance. And it only takes about 17 of those seconds to get around this thing. Here's that battle for 3rd spot. Brian Hacker has it. The 20 and the 98 of McDuff and Stump would love to take it back from him. Edging ever closer to halfway done as we have 54 laps to go. So who's saving enough equipment to make it all the way to the end? No pit stops for tires here on a Wednesday night. Classic short track racing. The 11 barrels through. McDuff really is trying to figure out a way to get around Hacker. Hacker just holding a very, very good line and able to really accelerate off the corners. 20 goes up a little bit higher this time to see if he can get a little bit of a better run out of the corner. Down the front stretch, can't quite get there. 20 maybe starting to burn off his tires. Trying different lines like that, sometimes you can. You know one thing for sure, those rotors are warm. You can see the glow from inside of the wheel. Justin McDuff to the back bumper of the 11. The 11 goes up a little high. McDuff has a nose in. Not good enough, though. Coming out of 4. May have been a little tight. Had to back off. The 98 right there, just kind of watching. $49. Make it 48 laps to go of this event. Your race leader, AJ Rogers. He's got about a second lead over Zach Coyer. Cold Beer having a fantastic start to this season, could very well be the points leader after tonight's race. Battle wages on here for third spot. McDuff and Hacker getting it done. McDuff in the 20, Hacker in the 11. The 98, Chris Stump, just kind of watching. Very different lines happening between those two drivers. McDuff may have a run into turns 3 and 4. He gets door to door on the 11, coming out of 4, and Hacker able to muscle through it. But McDuff tries to stay in there. He can't do it. Gets tight and he woes himself up. All that action ahead of him has allowed the 98 to stay in spot, but Vader is closing in. Vader looks like he wants to go into the inside of Chris Stump. He's there. He had a fender, couldn't hold on. And again, coming out of 4, it looks like if you try and hold that yellow line coming out of 4, you actually lose a little momentum. Oh, Stump off from the wall. That allows Vader to get on the inside of Chris Stump, and Stump muscles through on that outside lane, trying to hold on. Vader can't make the pass, sneaks back in line. One car, James Sombke, stays up out of the ways. He's got 4 drivers that just blew his doors off, trying to race for 3rd position here. Zach Coyer starting to close up the gap just a little bit. 3/4 of a second right now. But the battle on track right now for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. 3rd belongs to Hacker, McDuff in the 20, Stump in the 98, and Vader in the 8. Caution, caution on the field. It's going to be the 99 of Rigsby. That happened right in front of the pack that was racing. So we're gonna have to go back and find out what happened there. We're watching the 99 of Rigsby. '51 goes underneath. It's 72 to the back bumper. '72 starts to work his way to the inside. Can't quite get there. Falls back in line. Oh, Rigsby just kind of gets loose. Spins it around. So no real damage there. Does a good job staying off the track. He had the leaders right there. Knew that. So Rigsby falls to the 14th position, 1 lap down. Dylan Blankenship, the only other driver 1 lap down, running in 15th spot. AJ Hamill going to finish this one in last as he loaded up the hauler early. Race leader AJ Rogers. Zach Coyer was starting to close in on him. But here we are having to try and do this one all over again. The lead they all had gone. It's going to bunch the whole field up with 35 laps to go. Precautions tonight for 14 laps. We've had 2 different lead changes. Pravert started this one on the pole. Styles was able to take over on lap number 2. He led 16, and then AJ Rogers got in front and hasn't really looked back yet. So this is going to get a little bit interesting here, as Coyer may be a little faster right now than AJ Rogers. Second row, Brian Hacker, Justin McDuff. Third row, Chris Stump and the Vader. But anything can still happen. These cars are bunched up now. Restart around the corner. And pace car is going to drop off. It's going to be 32 to go when they take the green. Pace car is on pit road. AJ Rogers doesn't waste any time, and the 15 has a good start too. Battle for third, side by side. Brian Hacker and Justin McDuff. McDuff on the outside, trying to get it done. McDuff does make the pass clean on the outside. Here comes Chris Stump to the outside of Hacker. The outside on the restart is the place to be. And Stump does make that pass. Here comes Vader to the inside of Hacker. Can't make it. So Hacker gets a little bit of a sigh of relief going as he fell back to 5th spot. New third place runner, Justin McDuff. Cold Beer Coyer trying to hold on to second. McDuff goes down to the inside. He's got a good run going into turn 3. Chris Stump trying to figure out which one he wants to follow. He goes down to the inside. He wants to follow McDuff. Old Beer Coyer trying to hold strong on the outside. Can't quite do it as the 20 makes that nice left-hand turn. And Justin McDuff launches himself up to 2nd spot. Here comes Chris Stump on the inside of Cold Beer Coyer. Stump now trying to get there. From shotgun on the field to 3rd spot, it's Chris Stump in the 98. Here comes the 11 of Hacker. May have gone into the Cold Beer just a little bit. Hacker has moved himself up to 4th now. Oh, here comes Vader. Vader trying to take it over. Vader gets into the side of the 11. Cold Beer Coyer drops down to the inside. Coyer takes over 4th. great action right here on the short track known as New Smyrna. With 1/4 of the race to go, we're working laps 75 of 100. AJ Rogers out front with Justin McDuff and Chris Stump in tow. Then it's Zach Coyer in 4th spot. Vader has made his way up to 5th. Brian Hacker, who was trying to go for the lead, finds himself back in 6th spot. Jeff Dillon in the 52. Last week's winner, running in 7th spot with Al Smith Jr. Right behind him, Mark Frobert, tonight's pole sitter, running in 9th, and Andy Lambert rounding out the top 10. Rogers has led 60 laps of this event so far, 61 when he crossed the start-finish line. And he's got a mirror full of Justin McDuff in the 20. Battle again for 4th spot as Vader gets to the inside of Cold Beer. Cold Beer can't hang, so he falls in line. Zach Coyer running in 5th spot now, with Brian Hacker right behind him. Good battles going on. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th spot. Make it 8th as well, as Al Smith is right there. The battle up front getting a little tighter as it's under 0.2 of a second. Less than a car length, now just a little bit more than. And then McDuff able to suck him back in at the end of the corner. So it looks like AJ Rogers maybe a little quicker in and a little slower out as McDuff is finding the power out of those corners. McDuff looking to the inside, didn't have enough momentum as we're under caution. Oh no, it could be Colby or Coyer. We're gonna have to go back and figure out what happened. Coldbeer locked in a battle with Brian Hacker in the 11 right behind him. Oh, Hacker comes down to the inside and then gets into the 52. Al Smith Jr. no place to go. He T-bones the 15. Everybody else able to keep on going. So it was looking like a great run out of Zach Coyer. Currently, he's being scored in 11th spot, 15 laps to go. And AJ Rodder, he's got to be going, oh, guys, you're kidding me. Just wanted to get this one done. The last thing I wanted to do was another restart. $15 drivers still on track. 16 started tonight's event. I'd like to thank Andy Lambert, who is the admin here on a Wednesday night, along with all the drivers for having us at Turn 3 Racing Network, taking care of their broadcasting needs. Remember, this Sunday night, Blazing Pedals takes on Daytona and their K&N car. That is going to be a fantastic race. I'm thinking we're going to have about 35 cars out on track. Going to be awesome. So far tonight, 4 cautions for 20 laps. 2 lead changes. AJ Rogers started in 6th place tonight. Took him 17 laps to find the lead, and he really hasn't had much of a trouble holding on to it until recently, when McDuff has really started to put the challenge on. Pace car lights are off. Cars are going to fold in 2 by 2, getting ready to go back under the green flag here from New Smyrna. Again, I want to thank you all for coming on out to a Wednesday night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're watching the Racing for a Cause guys getting it done. The scheduled distance tonight, 48 miles on this less than a half a mile track. Just a tiny little thing, but it puts on a good show. Pace car drops down in, and AJ Rogers drops the hammer on the competition as he squirts himself right out of there, and he is the race leader. McDuff in 2nd. Chris Stump in 3rd. Vader up to 4th spot. Now Dylan and Al Smith Jr. for a bout. This is for 5th spot. Al Smith Jr. really wants to finish in the top 5. Unable to finish last week. Would love to climb back into this one. And right now he does have a top 5. But 10 laps to go. Andy Lambert stuck on the outside trying to get it done. The 85 Jeff Styles to his inside. Lambert with a good power move on the outside. Here comes Zach Coyer on the inside. Coyer driving angry. Al Smith Jr. takes over 3rd. A little bit of a problem out of Stump. And it looks like Vader may have been a part of that one too, as both drivers have fallen out of the top 3 and 4. Al Smith Jr. takes over 3rd spot, and McDuff looking hard on the inside. Justin McDuff trying to get it done here on the inside. AJ Rogers has to hold on for 6 more laps. Can he do it? McDuff putting the pressure on. Al Smith with a great run right now, running in 3rd spot. Nobody around him, but the battle is trying to wage on here for the lead. McDuff seems to be able to get to about the quarter panel of AJ Rogers, and then Rogers finds some speed out of that 17. McDuff slides it out of 4 trying to get there, can't do it. AJ Rogers crosses the start finish line one more time as the race leader. He's led 80 laps so far. Rogers trying to hold on for 3 more. Onto the backstretch they go. McDuff still trying to figure out a way around the 17. Through 3 and 4. When we get to the white flag, it's going to be the Turn 3 Racing Network's white flag. McDuff to the inside. It's going to be a battle through the corner. The 20 has him door to door, coming to the line. It's going to be AJ Rogers. McDuff for 2nd. Al Smith Jr. 3rd. What a finish. Holy cow. Those 3 drivers absolutely racing their heart out here tonight. Vader finishing 4th. Jeff Dillon 5th. Chris Stump 6th. Mark Fravert, tonight's pole sitter, finishing 7th spot. Zach Coyer not ending the way he wanted to, going to be finishing in 8th spot tonight. Brian Hacker, Dylan Blankenship rounding out the top 10. Andy Lambert just outside of that, finishing in 11th. Jeffrey Styles in the 85, 12th. Travis Wright, 13th. James Sombke 14th, Justin Rigsby 15th, and AJ Hamill put it away early here tonight, and he ends up 16th position. We're not going to waste much time here tonight. We want to get right to these driver interviews as soon as they figure out where they want to be. Let's go ahead and talk to our third place finisher. It's going to be the driver of the number 96, Al Smith Jr. Al, this is Chris up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you guys.
Well, it's only Guy here tonight. Rick kind of spaced it out on me here, I think, and probably sleeping. He's probably snoring right now, Al. But I'll tell you what, man, what a battle you had. Look at the front end of that Mustang. It is beat to all get out, and you come home with a third place finish tonight, man. Take me through your race.
Yeah, this O-Search Ford Mustang, the Great White in it was hungry tonight. We had to start 15th after not being able to finish last week's season opener. So just super tough to pass here, and you got to capitalize when someone makes a mistake. And it was very, very hairy early at the beginning there. I tried taking it easy, saving my stuff. So hopefully we had a shot towards the end if we got up front. And just kind of worked out that way. I got stuck on the inside for a few restarts, and once these tires get kind of worn down, you don't want to be on the inside. It's very hard to keep the guys at bay on the outside with that momentum. So then we had that incident there. Coyer was sideways across the track. We kind of got him in the door, so hopefully he's all right. Didn't hit him too hard. And so, yeah, got a little body work to do for the guys, but we should be pretty good after for next week.
All right, bud. Anybody on the 96 you need to thank tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank or shout out to osearch.org. They do shark research and whale research, turtles. They do all the tracking and population studies and all that. So that's pretty cool what they do. Say a shout out to Verge Currency and Mansfield Orthodontics, and you guys up in the booth, and Andy for putting on this show. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time. Al, thank you very much, and congratulations on that third place finish. Way to bounce back after last week.
Thank you.
Al Smith Jr., driver of the number 96, and that's going to bring us to second place finisher, Justin McDuff, driver of the number 20. Justin, Chris, up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, bud. I want to say congratulations, and man, what a battle you were putting on the last few laps there. I really thought you might have had something for him, but it looked like coming out of 4, you were trying that low line, and it was kicking the back of the car out a little bit. Was that what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of what I knew I was going to have to do to win the race. Earlier, after I got, we kind of got settled in there with there was a couple of incidents early on. I got some damage from that, and then we kind of had that one pretty decent run. I was using that to try to get runs on Brian Hacker. We ran really hard for a bunch of laps, and then I was fortunate enough to be in that coveted outside lane on the next restart, and then I got up to second. I got by Zach, and then I just was trying to ride. I got another restart, and then that was kind of how I was getting my runs. I was going in high and kind of backing up entry compared to a lot of these guys, and the car would rotate. I'd kind of back up the apex and get that run more straighter shot off, and if I was harder on the gas, the back end would kick out a little bit, and I was just trying to get all I could get there at the end. Congrats to AJ, did a great job and ran a great race.
Well, congratulations to you too, because the second place is nothing to sneeze about. That's a good start to the season for you, bud. Anybody on that 20 you need to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank the Cerebral Palsy Foundation, Arts Barbershop, my teammates Chris and AJ at the Empire Racing team, and thank you for doing the broadcast, and thanks Andy for putting us all on.
All right, Justin, my pleasure, bud. Have a good night, and congratulations once again. And that's going to leave us with just one more guy to talk to. It's the race winner here tonight. He's driving the number 17 Ford Mustang, AJ Rogers. Chris, up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
What's going on, Chris? How's it going?
Oh, it's going real good, man. I love seeing that 17 going around this track, and it was looking real good tonight. You led 83 laps here tonight, AJ. It has to feel good.
Oh, it definitely does. I don't get to win too many of these that often, and man, they feel good every time.
Man, you looked really good out there. You had some competition from a couple of different drivers here tonight. Why don't you take me through a little bit of that?
You're not kidding. I don't know. Pull a good little lead. Probably I think it was like a 1.1 second lead, and then all of a sudden I could just see the time starting to change. Him picking up a tenth here and there. My car started to get really tight, and then we got that caution, and I really didn't want that, but both those guys just ran me clean. They were fast. I couldn't have had any more fun. That was a blast, other than the nerves of being chased down. That sucks.
Absolutely. Brother, anybody on the 17 you need to thank tonight?
Definitely my teams, y'all for putting this on, all the guys that we talked through on Facebook, and friendships we made, and just all that. It's a great league to run in, and have a ton of fun with everybody. I know we all have little hiccups here and there, but we can't complain too much.
No, absolutely not. Good, clean racing tonight, and it was a lot of fun to watch. AJ, congratulations, man. Once again, tonight's winner.
Thank you, sir. It was awesome.
Yes, it was. AJ Rogers, tonight's race winner, and that is going to just about do it here from New Smyrna. Let's take a look at the race. Overall, 4 cautions for 20 laps, 2 different lead changes. And like I said, it took about 17 laps or so for AJ Rogers to take that lead. And then, man, it was some kind of running after that. Again, make sure you tune in this Sunday night. Blazing Pedals taking over Daytona, getting ready. And I believe they're going to have some 30 to 35 cars starting this coming Sunday night. It's going to be a good show. Make sure to check it out right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Until next time, have a great night, everybody.